what are the agendas? No, we have discussed. I mean, the previous meeting with other chapters.
Correct.
The same way we can put, or you want me to just
Please go
say
ahead.
a few
I
words
know
before
I have
getting?
spoken to all of them, so to say. So you may
Yeah.
start the proceedings.
Okay. Uh, Thank you, Kalpen. I think normally we introduce each other. Um, so Kalpen, let's start. People introduce each other,
Yeah.
or if it's okay, then I can start. For me, no problem.
I would suggest because some of you probably would have some hard stop at maybe after 1 hour or so.
Hmm.
So I would suggest you may possibly quickly go over your own personal introduction first, because then you will feel slightly more comfortable with one another. And then Ravi will give his own ideas about what could be looked forward to in terms of chapter activation and what are his expectations, ambitions,
Yeah.
aspirations, whatever from these chapters. And summarily, of course, subsequently, I will also share some of my thoughts as to what we really could do and what we would love to do. So, as we appear on the screen, I think we can start with Piyush Varsne, Azad, Dr. Krishnan, Panindra, Srinivas, Punam, and we go in that order. Yeah. So, as soon as the first speaker ends, somebody can raise a hand and give his or her introduction. Right? Yeah. Let's go ahead then. Piyush, you are the first to go.
मैं जो है, I am a typical businessman. I passed out in 86, so I am a 81 batch. तो एक साल मैंने डुम्मा लगा दिया था. उसके बाद I was having my वनस्पति plant and physical refinery at Kusi and Gajraula. And in 2000, I had to migrate to Hyderabad for family reasons. So we have a big real estate business and an export-import business. तो बीच में जो है इंटरनेम में मैं आई ऑल्सो सर्व्ड एज एडवाइजर फॉर एल&टी फॉर देयर रियल एस्टेट एंड दे वांटेड समवन विद अ बिजनेस बैकग्राउंड. तो उनको ज्ञान देने की कोशिश करी थी, मगर जो है कॉर्पोरेट में ज्ञान दे नहीं सकता. ये है.
Incidentally, L&T Realty CEO Shrikant Joshi is a good friend. Is IIMA senior and is also IIT Delhi, by the way.
मेरे को पता है, आई हैव मेट हिम नंबर ऑफ टाइम्स, है ना. उनको मैं एक दो डील बेचना चाह रहा था, तो उन्होंने कहा स्टे आउट ऑफ दिस, तुम गड़बड़ कर दोगे. तो मैं कहा ठीक है जी. Nice.
So next, Dr. Krishnan.
Yeah, Krishnan here. I did my PhD from IIT Delhi. I joined in 86 and passed out in 95. Actually, it was a part-time because I was already working with the Department of Science and Technology at Delhi itself until 2006. After that, I came over to a public sector company based in Trivandrum, from where I superannuated a few years ago. And until last month, I was consulting with Sri Chitra Medical Center on their research wing. Basically, I'm a technologist, you can say, technology management expert. And that is an area where I've been working most of these years. My plan was that, Trivandrum, though it is very little heard, and even if it is heard, it's for not the right reasons. It's a buzzing town with a lot of academic and institutional activities. We have got a Kerala chapter of Institution of Engineers, which is very, very active. Every meeting they hold meetings. They have got sister concerns also like IEEE. A lot of other organizations are centered around this chapter, this particular area. And I thought that is something which we can cling on to, base our IIT chapter here. And I really do not know how many people I will be able to gather, but it will not be a Trivandrum chapter. It has to be a Kerala chapter, because otherwise the number will not be critical enough. This is my thinking at the moment.
Thanks,
Thank you.
thanks, Dr. Krishnan. I think you're very right. Probably we'll have to find ways of ensuring that you have some small critical mass. And yes, that flexibility exists where you need not really remain confined to only Trivandrum, Kochi, etc. All can be together. And we can certainly call it a Kerala chapter as long as you have people joining you to make it vibrant and active. And I'm sure over a period of time we should find more. And we'll probably explore some other ideas also. Thanks, Doctor.
Thank you. Thank you.
Panindra Kumar ji?
Hanji.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yes, sir. Myself, Panindra Kumar. I did MTech in power system in 2002. Then after that, I worked in different companies like ABB, TC, MHPS, and Petrocon Brunei. Then after 2017, I started my own small business, Vidyut Kanti Engineering Service, where I'm doing research, training, and power system consultancy. So that is about my profession. Then also I give a large part of my time for an NGO called Abhyudaya, which helps the slum children. And now during this COVID, we are involved in giving food kit as well as post livelihood support. So those sort of activities. So I give my time little bit to the NGO and some to my profession. That's about me.
Oh, good. Thanks. I think that's another thing which I'll of course interact with you. I'm associated with Kherwadi Social Welfare Association. They run one of the largest sustainable livelihood program across the country with more than 300 centers, and they touch base almost 150,000 families last year. So I'd be very happy if we can give some support to your activities sometime. Thanks, Dr. Srinivas Raghavanji, sorry.
Hello, sir. Hi, good evening, everyone. Joining from Chennai. This is Raghavan. I'm from the 92 batch computer science, and I work for TCS Research. And I'm also the secretary of the Chennai chapter of IITD Alumni Association. So as far as I remember, I think since 2009, we have had some chapter or other as such. So that's how it is. Of course, we have the club also here, which is a good meeting place for all of us. Thank you.
Thanks. It actually reminds me of IIM Ahmedabad Alumni Association with which I am associated, but some of the office bearers, they remain forever. So it went to an extent where Institute actually nominated me to take charge of Mumbai chapter. So let's hope so that we will not face any such situation in Chennai. But I think it would be great if we can reactivate the chapter. Thanks, Raghavan. Abhijit.
Yeah, hi everyone. My name is Abhijit Jayanti. I'm from Hyderabad. I've done my BTech and passed out of 2008. BTech in electrical engineering, power was the specialization. So I have a couple of companies and a foundation. I'm based out of Hyderabad. Thank you, Kalpen.
Thanks, Abhijit. I think you have made your CV in an extremely condensed form. So Abhijit has a long list of activities, and he's more like an iceberg. It is only 10% on the surface and 90% below the surface. So he's a very versatile man, and I think it would be very interesting. Hyderabad chapter should benefit out of Abhijit's multifarious activities. Now, Piyush Jain, sorry.
Hi, Kalpin. Sorry, I kept dropping. There's some internet issue, so I finally connected from my mobile. Okay, so my introduction, quick one. Currently, I've been running a company called TrueCover. It is in insurance technology. I have worked with several IIT Delhi alumni as well as other IIT alumni in my past experience. Worked for Cardekho. I worked for Quicker in product and sales and several other several domains. I've also worked for Nullarity, which is an IIT Kanpur alumni company. So I also studied at IIM Kozhikode. So now I'm more into product and business career-wise. My interests lie in networking. So I was one of the guys who revived the Jaipur chapter, which is very vibrant now. I'm still connected there. Even Rohit Koshi is there, and I think many other people are there. So I'm very happy to do that for the Jaipur chapter, so I revived that while I was working for Cardekho at that point of time. So networking, certainly helping people using the networking skills that I have. is one of my interests. Other interests are I promote healthy lifestyle, LCHF lifestyle, as well as I've just got introduced to mental wellness, which seems to be quite a very, I would say, interesting field where a lot of people, I think 1 in 5 people need mental wellness. So I'm trying to help people as well as exploring the field, business wise as well as socially. So I would say much connected in Bangalore network now, since I've been living in Bangalore since last 5.5 years. So would love to connect and help evolve the chapter IIT Delhi network as well as Pan IIT network in Bangalore. So that's in very brief about me. By the way, I'm 2003 civil engineering graduate, Nilgiri, from IIT Delhi.
Thanks, Piyush. I think this is one of the prerequisites. If you are really into any association activities, if you enjoy networking, I'm sure you'll enjoy it. So it's no longer a responsibility, but it's fun activity for you. And interestingly, actually, your next speaker, Dr. Poonam, she is into wellness and healthcare, etc. So, Dr. Poonam.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, so I feel on this platform, I feel I'm the junior most, and all my seniors, passed out in 90s and 80s are there, and they already have very vast experience of handling chapters. So I feel I'm the new one and youngest. So I passed out in 2016. I mean, I did my PhD from CRDT, IIT Delhi, and so I passed in 2016. And after that, I've been working with several government organizations like NIRDPR, Hyderabad. Then right now, currently, I'm into teaching profession. I am working as a lecturer in St. Anne's College, which is affiliated to Osmania University. And also, I have teaching experience with the University of Hyderabad. So I teach there as a visiting faculty. So my domain areas, as Sir said, Kalpin Sir mentioned that my domain areas are food science, food technology, food chemistry, nutrition. So I have also floated one idea of having a webinar with the IIT Delhi Alumni Association to conduct one webinar on food systems that are going to be more sustainable in future, as we all are facing problems having related to availability of food and related to increasing our immunity on day-to-day basis. So all these are the nutrition and food related problems that we are facing during COVID. So this is it, and I'm very happy and glad to be a part of this network, and I want to build on more network and contacts, and that is why I am here on this platform. So thank you all my super seniors, and thank you.
Thanks, Dr. Poonam. You actually make us feel look old, but
no. You all are very experienced and learned people.
Let me assure you, I carry original black hair which are undyed. So
old is gold, sir.
I'm not that old, but of course I am from 84 batch. We also have one of our executive committee member, Ajaz, who agreed to join us. So I think you should know Ajaz also before Ravi and I, we introduce ourselves. Rather, Ravi doesn't need introduction, but I'll introduce myself. Ajaz, can you please?
Yes, sir. So, hello everyone. I'm Dr. Ijaz Ahmed. Currently, I'm a faculty in the Department of Chemical Engineering at IIT Dhanbad. I did my master's in 2015 from the Department of Chemical Engineering, IIT Delhi, and continued with the PhD, which I finished last year. And soon after, defending my thesis, I joined here. My core areas of work are mainly into the waste management, especially in the plastic and e-waste and agro residue. And the other area I work on is the catalyst. So synthesis of novel catalysts for chemical processes. Besides this, I love to write. I write poems, especially on social issues. That's all about me. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Dr. Ijaz. I'm Kalpen Shukla. I'm 84 batch chemical engineer. I done my PGDM from IIM Ahmedabad, 84, 86. I have worked with Unilever, Johnson and Johnson, Pidilite, etc. I was with British Gas as a chief operating officer almost 15 years back in 2003. I also happen to be the president of IIM Ahmedabad Alumni Association chapter, which is Mumbai chapter, and about 6 to 8,000 alumni we have here. So we have very august company, including Rajesh Gopinathan, TCS CEO, Dr. Raghuram Rajan. We have very glorious litany of very luminaries, and we wish to have some kind of similar activities on a larger scale happening in Mumbai chapter. So I am one of the executive committee members. I joined this year, and I have also taken the responsibility of restructuring and reactivating the chapters, where I would certainly look forward to your complete support, and we'll work together. We'll see how best we can try to mobilize local support as well as activities. And therefore, probably my interaction with all of you would remain little more than maybe other EC members. And of course, you are all free to interact with me anytime. And with this, I'll request Ravi to take forward the proceedings, and then of course we'll have a free session where you are free to give your suggestions, which ideally we would like to hear as to what can be done, what should be done, how we can do it, and then we will try to put our collective wisdom together to see what would make most sense and how we can have some meaningful activities, some impactful activities going on at local level. And well, it's not only you, it's all of us. So over to you, Ravi.
Yeah, thank you, Kalpen. I am audible. Hello? Yeah.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay, then it's okay. So thank you, Kalpen. Now we are, this is our second meeting as far the chapter is concerned. And Kalpen is the national convener for all chapter activities, and he'll be the force behind driving the whole chapter activity on behalf of the IIT Delhi EC. As far my introduction is concerned, I'm Ravindra Kumar, pass out from IIT Delhi in 1987 in civil engineering. I did my BTech from there. I was in Jawalamukhi hostel. And my professional journey, I can just describe in the 3 words. I was in BHL as a technocrat, then I was bureaucrat, now I'm an entrepreneur for last 13 years. So still I'm in exploring, I mean, all these 3 different areas. And after I did my graduation from IIT, I did my supply chain logistic MBA from Loyola Institute of Business Administration, Chennai. And I did my LLB from Chaudhary Charan Singh University, Merit University. These all are need-based degree. I mean, as I evolved in my career, I felt okay. I had to re-engineer myself. I had to. When you are in consult, I'm in direct tax and supply chain consulting. So there are certain degree required to be a professionally acceptable in the market. So these are my brief background about my journey after graduating from IIT and career-wise. And currently, I'm more passionate about the policy making, and this is the area which really excites me. So now coming to our point, the chapters. See, this is my 3rd year as a EC member, and now this year I'm officiating as a president of IIT Delhi Alumni Association. What I realized, the real potential, the energy or the focus which we should be doing, that should be chapters. When IIT director of IIT Delhi, who happens to be our chairman of IIT Delhi Alumni Association, the first EC meeting is chaired by him only, because he only approve our budget and the policy. So what are the policy we are implementing the rest of the year, he is the person who approve it. So in his address, he has told us that it looks like that IITDA is like a South Delhi chapter. And he has asked us to move out from Delhi and go to other chapters. Partly he was true that our majority of the person come from the NCR, you know, South Delhi chapter. I say majority of us come from the NCR. But even the current EC, when I joined 2 years back, now it's my 3rd year, we have a Poonam Lade, he's from Pune. We have a Vijender Singh, he's from Dehradun. And so it's not that only from Delhi people were there or NCR region there. It was there, yes. The beginning has to be done. And this EC, when the Kalpin, they are joined, now we have one EC member from the Sydney, Mr. Pradeep Khanna. He is from Sydney, Australia. So not only we have become national, now we become international, or we can say global. So definitely that what our chairman has said, that we have to move out. When he says move out, then means our activity, our integration has to happen more outside Delhi. That was what he meant to, because since we are in our office in the IIT Delhi campus, so definitely most of the activities are aligned or tuned as far as the IIT Delhi, as per our alma mater. So that is, I mean, how we have evolved over the period. So when based on his address to the first EC meeting, I took up this lead, let us do more activity on the chapter level, global chapter level as well as the national chapter. So it is my nature that I always solve the tough question. And because of that, even with my knowledge, I could not make into proper civil services. So I could not qualify the IAS. Today, IAS result has come. Many of our alumnus children also got, I mean, second generation IAS also today. I just congratulate few of them before coming to this. So that was the reason, but that is the individual, we have the individual of our own personality, they doesn't change with the time. So I thought, let me do the toughest part. Toughest part is the establishment global chapter. So we received 26 numbers for global chapters, and I nominate all 26 persons, and they are covering 12 nations. I cover all the continents. People are there in Ethiopia, Afghanistan, Iran, Bhutan, Canada, USA, of course, there are 4 chapters. Then Dubai, Singapore, Australia, New Zealand, Germany. Like I have covered almost all the continents. And if I find somebody in North Pole, South Pole also, I will open one chapter there. So, and then I gave the charge to the Pradeep Khanna, and I told him that you are like Ministry of External Affairs. You will decide all your chapter policy, your vision, mission, everything. And then what he has done very beautifully, he has evolved 2 systems. One, he has made one advisory board where the guys which we are not nominated, but they can bring a lot of strength to the chapter activity, to the chapter interaction. So he made them to as advisory board. Even some of you are also holding the post for many years in the chapter. I would request them to move to the advisory board level activity, where you can mentor younger alumnus to take the responsibility under your guidance. So because mentorship is very, very important in nurturing any organization, any relationship. And then, so this, I want you, this national chapter also, those who have spent considerable time, and they should nurture our junior alumnus to take the leadership role. And because we have to create a pipeline, we have to create talent pool to take this alumni active. Because I am part of PAN IIT also, and where what I observed, that the average age of PAN IIT is 60 years. Now, any organization which is 60 years average age is going to be a doom. Whenever our meeting starts, I attend 3 meetings. In the first 2 meetings, we have to pass a condolence message. So this is how we have started. So this time, when I nominated 2 persons from the IIT Delhi Alumni Association, I nominated 2 young guy and a senior guy. One, Mr. Sanjeev Jain, is 82, and then another guy very recently passed up. Both, I thought one young, one selecting senior. Senior and the junior alumni should be part. So that is what how I approach the PAN IIT nomination. So as far now of this national chapter activities, already we are spent many years in the national chapter activity. Only thing that we are not working in integrated manner. Now this COVID-19 has given one opportunity where we can digitally connect it. We can live in the digital world. We can live in the cloud. Now, I think this is the first time when the people from different chapters are talking and discussing. So this is the first step. I mean, as far as IT Delhi Alumni, this is our second event. I mean, we are interacting with you guys, but already we had one session. This is our second session. And we are going to have like regional chapter wise, we are trying to have this discussion. And there what we have thought, let's have the already established chapter like Bangalore chapter, Hyderabad chapter, Chennai chapter, Mumbai chapter. They should act like a mentor chapter for the chapter which are still have some critical mass, like Dr. Kiara Krishnan has told that we have very hardly any number in Trivandrum. So they can do the mentoring, or they can adopt the other chapters. Like we can work like a family, you know, the big brother helping the his younger brother to take care of. So like we can have those policy in place. And as for the chapter current policy, I'm very honest with you. I have not read what a chapter policy. I thought when this existing chapter policy is not galvanizing the interaction, it's not pushing people to come together and working, then I should not read that policy. I will read that policy after conducting my all meetings with all chapters, convener or president, or sorry, whatever name you can give. Then only I'll read what you people want, then what is available there. Then we'll modify or adapt. But I give all freedom to Kalpen and use, and all of you are here to decide and make your own chapter policy, and then I will implement. Let me learn from you what you want, what need to be done from here, from Delhi for chapters. So rather than I give my idea, I give my thoughts, or I would say rather I impose my idea. I want to hear from you. I come as a listener to you. I want to listen you. I want to listen your ideas. And I will, most of the meeting, or if the Kalpen wants me that I should be there as a president of IT Delhi, then only I'll join. Otherwise, it's all Kalpen, how it takes and how you guys decide the next course of action, how you want to be there. This is why I'm just sharing my learning, my suggestion. What on the past 3 months, yesterday only I completed 3 months in the seat as an office bearer in the capacity of president of IT Delhi Alumni Association. So this is I just sharing my thoughts. And the biggest challenge which I perceive in the chapters, the sustainability. A lot of good activities start, but they don't keep up the moment. Say some enthusiastic guys there, he drive the chapter for 2-3 years. Then again after chapter come to the standstill. Then so there is no coherence, no sustainability in all our activity. So I have proposed, if you guys accept that, let the chapters should have one activity, like Bombay chapter can take fintech related activity across whole of the India, or you can go to global also. Delhi chapter, Chennai chapter can take the health related data, digital health, public health, because Chennai is known as a capital, medical capital of India. Like financial capital is Bombay, political capital is like Delhi, like with policy related issue. Like that we can evolve the chapter related activity. So the complaint of having the critical mass in a particular chapter will not be there, because whether, say, I spent considerable time, I since 92 to almost 2007, I was in Chennai. So 16 years I spent in Chennai. So it's not that I don't know how the things are happening at chapter level. A chapter is doing the great job. And my idea is that IIT-DA should live in chapter, should grow through chapters. And this still, see, this IIT-DA also required till this time, because we need to have a centralized body in the initial stage. Now it is the time we should come out from the nursery and we should grow across the India or the abroad. So I wish all the great success to all the volunteers, or my senior, or my, I think there's nobody from 87 batch, so or my juniors, to take this the chapter movement forward. I am always available to listen you, to guide you, to help you, whatever best I can do. I am not subject authority. I am not I cannot say that I have the knowledge how to drive the chapter. I am just learning and listening. Thank you for your patient time and attending this show. Over to Kalpen. Thank you, Kalpen. Thank you all.
Thanks, Ravi. I think it was a good reminder that our chairman of the IIT Delhi Alumni Association, who's the director of IITD also, is quite keen that we have widespread presence, and the presence should be strong enough by which we can claim that it is national, and then therefore it is also subsequently global kind of an association. Now, as of today, we are of course on our way to create a strong presence locally, and the approach has been to create pockets, rather regions, which can sustain that particular region and all the chapters within that. Now, before we discuss further, Umesh has joined us slightly late, but I would request Umesh to give a quick introduction to rest of the participants, so we all feel equally comfortable with one another. Umesh? Can you please, Umesh, introduce yourself? You need to unmute yourself and then, yeah.
Yeah. Hi, Kalpen, and hi, everyone. My name is Umesh Dhingra, and I'm from a 1985 batch, civil and Jwalamukhi Hostel. Well, I've been into healthcare space of late. My career has been into 4 phases. First phase, 8 years, I was a hardcore structural engineer. Then next 8 years, I was running steel industry in Chennai. Then next 8 years, I had a startup in healthcare called Ask Your Doctor Online. And for the past 9 years, I'm into placement of doctors. I diversified into placement of doctors. I run an HR company in Chennai. So I'm in touch with thousands of doctors across India. So that's been my journey. Yeah. Yeah, any specific questions? I'm ready to answer, but I think that was a brief introduction.
Thanks, Umesh. Primarily, of course, as Ravi mentioned earlier, one way of looking at this entire initiation of activation of chapters is to hear from people who are on the ground. I mean, many of you are already associated with the association chapter activities, and therefore you would have perception of how exactly things have been happening. You possibly could have faced some hindrances also in the way chapter operates. You may have seen opportunities also which you may not have been able to pursue. Sorry, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
We can hear you.
Okay, I think rest everyone can be on the mute, so it will be easier for everyone to understand and hear clearly. So what I'm suggesting is, I mean, of course, the new members are also equally welcome to make their suggestions, but some of us who have been associated with the chapter and chapter activities, if you have very specific suggestions, comments to offer, I think we can take off with that. If there are any observations which we need to probably explain or understand better, we can do that also. And subsequently, most of you probably would have received this small PDF file wherein I have given some suggestions, indicative idea of what can be done as far as the chapter activities are concerned. Maybe we can look at that, and if you have any comments to make on that, that's also welcome. This is not the end of our discussion in terms of what we should do at the chapter level, but this is just a beginning of it. The note is also indicative in nature, and therefore it is not conclusive note, I would say. And therefore, depending upon the local constraints as well as local opportunities, I think you should feel free to take the chapter forward in a meaningful way. So having said this, maybe Srinivas is the person who has served longest and has probably the best exposure to what happens in a chapter. Maybe Srinivas, for everyone's benefit, you could just tell us how best we can make good of this opportunity that we have and how we should go about it. Please go ahead. Srinivas, unmute yourself. Unmute.
Sorry, I think I was just talking. So while I have been a member of the chapter from 2009, I think as an office bearer probably for the last 3-4 years, but still, I think it's fairly long. I think it is not a short period of time as such. So the way I look at it, maybe later even Umesh can talk about it. I think he has also been associated with the Chennai chapter. So see, I look at it as a distinct two phases which I experienced. One is, of course, from 2009 for the first 6 or 7 years, I felt that the activity we were meeting frequently, and then of course there was a sense of belonging and a sense of an active chapter in terms of physical meets and even meeting at the club sometimes, etc. But over the past 3-4 years, especially when I've been a secretary as such, so while the in theory there are I think more than 100, in fact more, when I look at the directory there are more than 100 alumni in Chennai as per their latest updated records, and I have personally emailed to them an SMS to them saying that okay, there is a chapter and we try to have 2 meetings a year at least, a dinner meet or something, just to get all the people see each other. We have had challenges I think in getting the newcomers, I think in the sense people who have freshly graduated or graduated over the past 5 years. We do know there is a big sizable population working for L&T or many of these companies as such. We have tried to reach out through multiple ways, but attracting the younger crowd I think is not happening for some reason. I think that's something we want to kind of take it forward soon. While there is a WhatsApp group and there is a lot of activity in that, physical meetings and doing things together, I think we still have a way to go, and kind of we are working towards it. So as I said, in terms of being in touch and in terms of trying to create opportunities for people to come and meet at least twice a year, even have a tech talk or a quiz or a specialist talk, because there are really, I think when you look at an alumni association, I think there are people of all kinds of background and specialities. So to attract more interest, we have tried to organize a museum, let's say somebody who is a curator of the museum, I think just talk about it, etc. So the attempts have been there for meeting very regularly, but I somehow feel, how do you tackle the fatigue of seeing the same people again and again, and maybe not getting excited to attend a physical meeting, getting more younger graduates to join, and of course have a big theme on which many of the experienced alumni can have their expertise, can share their expertise freely. Those are the things that we are still debating, but at least so as to not lose touch, I think we try to organize periodic meetings and take it forward. But I think we certainly can take it to the next level. Yeah.
Thanks, Srinivas. Umesh, would you like to add to that? Your
Well, I also think at some point of time that fatigue creeps in, and the reason is purposelessness. Everyone is there, you have to meet, but why? Nobody defines that, and there is no fun activity. We try to introduce some kind of fun activities, try to introduce some kind of a smaller groups within that. Okay, you make a small group of your own batchmates and fix up a day where we made a club which was made with lot of enthusiasm in Chennai, and probably it was the first physical club where a lot of money was pooled in and spent by IIT Chennai alumni. I mean, it was all together, all IIT alumni. In the beginning, till the club was made, and for the upcoming, for subsequent 2-3 years, there was a lot of enthusiasm. People used to come regularly and meet, and then, but after that, it became very boring. And many people felt very bored because there was a proposal to have a bar there in the club, and that never came up due to whatever restrictions were there. So I feel there has to be a purpose. Yeah, you make chapters, you meet, but why? Everyone is busy, everyone has time constraints. After some point of time, I mean, you meet twice in a year. I don't call it a club, or I don't call it a that's for the namesake. Some activity has to be very regular, and that will happen only when there will be a purpose. So I think the purpose has to be clear, why we are meeting. Then the other part of why Srinivas is telling that we are not able to bring in young crowd. I think one of the strong reason for that is we have put in a very huge entry barrier. When this our IIT Alumni Club was, when I became a member, there was 35,000 entry fee. Now that fee had gone up to 1 lakh. For a young chap to give 1 lakh and then start coming to the club became a sort of a barrier. So other places, I don't know how the meetings are happening. When it is IIT Delhi, you have a venue to meet. It's quite easy. The infrastructure is there. In other chapters, where is the infrastructure? And then how to create that infrastructure? So that also is a practical point. Will you meet in a hotel, or maybe I think Srinivas and myself and a couple of other friends, we started to have a movie goers club. Okay, plan a movie and let's go together. Whenever you want to go for a movie, let's go together. Have a WhatsApp group, and whoever is interested. Again, it didn't went on for a very long time. So I think we have to bring in a purpose, and then practically how it has to be implemented on the ground to nurture the association. That also has to be thought out a little more in detail, rather than simply saying that, okay, we should have chapters and we should have meetings. Over to you.
May I?
Yeah, Dr. Krishnan, please.
Yeah, I just add to this. Actually, what I completely agree with what Umesh was saying, that without a purpose, it becomes a little boring or lethargic over a period of time. But the socialization part may be required as a vehicle for us to move forward. It becomes a meeting place of minds and talks between people and the families. But then we need to have some focus area. Then there is no dearth of organizations in any township or place for doing things. But the speciality of this IIT Delhi alumni chapter would be that there will be a lot of expectations. Just as I received your message a couple of hours ago, I was trying to ask a couple of people as to what we can do. And there was a lot of enthusiasm even from the Institute of Engineers, non-alumni of IITs. I'm a pass out from College of Engineering, Trivandrum here. And I did my MTech actually from Roorkee. But a lot of other people also, they said it'll be very good if you open a chapter here, then we'll be able to bring the best of minds here to help, maybe the startups or maybe some other specific areas where expertise is required to be filled in, which is not available in-house. So this kind of expectations are there, which I hope we should be able to fulfill. Then our purpose is more than half served. And that's a way to go forward. Money and other things will come. I mean, that is not the secondary. Once you have a definite motivation to do something, we can always garner the resources required for that. So this is the way we should go ahead. I also agree with what Umesh said. Thank you.
I think Dr. Krishnan, you really raised a very interesting point, and probably in a smaller place, it would really make a lot of sense to get network with even non-IITians, and there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
To some extent, I would put it this way that we have been advising even local other institutes like Tata Institute of Social Sciences, etc., and we network with them. And for a larger program, we also network with Harvard Business School or Wharton, where we have organized lecture from visiting faculty members of those Ivy League universities, including a Nobel laureate. Sometimes I also get my IIM Ahmedabad profs to deliver lectures. And therefore, when we are looking at purpose, I think we have to make it a meaningful interaction over a period of time. If they, of course, I don't deny that fun is the critical element, and that's the only way it starts. And that emotional connect is the only thing that will keep us binding. But beyond that, also, we should be able to provide that meaning to that interaction, and we should be able to enrich that interaction by making special effort. And this is where we certainly can help you to the extent that it need not necessarily be only within the confines of IIT Delhi alum or faculty or senior alumni of IIT Delhi. We'll be able to help you with corporate leaders or people who have done exceedingly commendable work in social space or research, etc. And therefore, I think we should keep that back of the mind that in smaller places particularly, we are not alone, or we don't want to work alone. We may even join hands with other IITs. It's perfectly fine. We may invite, say, institutes who are willing to join hands with us, and you play the role of a big brother, because I think you very correctly said that they will have expectations from IIT Delhi Alumni Association, and truly so, because you will have reach and you will also have that respect which everybody would like to join you for. And therefore, I'm very happy. I mean, if you progress on that line, I think you will be able to start with some meaningful activity sooner than later. I'm also keen to respond to observations made by Umesh and Srinivas, but I would also prefer to listen to our Hyderabad friends. I mean, what exactly have been their experience in the past, because I believe all of them have been associated with chapter activities for quite some time. Anybody from Hyderabad? Piyush?
I'm from Bangalore.
Sorry. I think I looked at as anybody from Hyderabad or Bangalore. I mean, it's perfectly fine. I mean, there's no specific order. Please feel free to give your feedback.
हाँ जी, मैं ना टिपिकली बिजनेसमैन हूँ और मेरे को एक ही बात समझ में आती है कि व्हाट इंटरेस्ट मोस्ट टू ऑल द यंगस्टर्स एंड द ओल्ड पीपल इज मनी एंड बिजनेस. तो ये IIT को if we can take it towards the entrepreneurship type of thing, what has been started in like in Delhi, I think that will lure all the youngsters, and there will be something for the seniors for mentorship. तो वो उस एजेंडा, सिंगल पॉइंट एजेंडा से शुरू करते हैं कि बॉस तुम यहाँ पर आओगे तो तुमको धंधे की बात समझ में आएगी और कैसे बिजनेस को स्ट्रक्चर करना है, क्योंकि धंधा दोनों को चाहिए, यंगस्टर्स को भी चाहिए और बुढ़े लोगों को भी चाहिए, है ना. तो उस डायरेक्शन में थोड़ा सा अगर इफ वी कैन जस्ट स्टार्ट थिंकिंग, इट कैन बी क्वाइट अट्रैक्टिव, क्योंकि इससे बढ़िया प्लेटफॉर्म नहीं मिल सकता ना. फ्री का ज्ञान, द सेम टाइप ऑफ एडवाइजरी, इफ यू गो आउटसाइड यू हैव टू पे सेवरल लैक्स. यहाँ पर जो है 2 दारू के पैक के अंदर यू कैन गेट एडवाइस वर्थ $millions of dollars. So I don't know how it can be taken forward.
Thanks, Piyush. I think.
I can just put a word. This is Abhijit.
Yeah, Abhijit, please go ahead.
Yeah. I also wanted to just add what this Piyush said, but in a little different way. The point is, जैसे most of the other alumni was also mentioning that there should be fun element. But I mean, one thing which we realized here is until and unless there is a takeaway, I mean, I would just broaden that definition. It doesn't necessarily need to be just fun, but there should be some takeaway for interacting with the alumni or participating in the activity. then this entire engagement would be more productive. I mean, that is my only take for this. It can be fun, or as Piyush mentioned, it can be some consultation work, or it can be some contracts that you can stitch together. And I mean, more or less, I mean, we should have like a pathway where just like how FIT is helping IIT Delhi in Delhi, maybe when the chapters will mature to a certain level, then FIT can also have a chapter in that chapter and help alumni connect and bridge the technology from just being a patent or a commercial paper to real value. So people who get associated with the chapter, they would not just benefit, but they would also want to bring other people into the fold. That way the networking stays, and that way the entire community also will grow.
Yeah, enterprises should emerge from the local chapters. So, जैसे I had gone to Shrikant Joshi, है ना, for help, है ना. If he wanted to bless, he could have blessed. So that a particular thing I am not able to see within the alumni. वो कहता है यार ठीक है, नहीं है, my principles are fixed, नहीं है, which normally doesn't happen. So थोड़ा सा नहीं है वो जो है ना भाई भाई वाली फीलिंग कैसे जो है नेताओं के अंदर होती है, तो we can also start doing it. People are in a very powerful position where we can bless the youngsters, and that is how can kickstart their careers in business or in other ways. ये वाली जो कहानी है ना वो थोड़ा सा अजीब सी लगती है, मगर this is the way, नहीं है, things work. Abhijit, any comment on this?
No, I agree with that. That is what I just mentioned. I mean, the takeaway should not just be fun, but it should be more productive. That is when people will want to like look at it again, right? I mean, fun ka matlab, yeah, we can start with fun, but ultimately that will fizzle out if we don't look at some activity which will like help us in the mainstream profession, if I can say. So it should be like more coherent in our day-to-day activity. That is how IIT was, right? I mean, why is it that we used to bond together in hostels or across hostels? Is because we were there. I mean, we were there to survive. Jo jugaad marna tha, maar ke we had to survive. So if at all we don't take that principle out of being just a student into our alumni life, I think we are missing the charm of being an IITian. That is something, if we can stitch together, we can make more deals, we can create more value, we can show more value, and we can also be I would say a powerful network that people will be very scared to, I mean, ignore, I can say. So that sort of brotherhood feeling should come, and only then this will thrive. And after a point, I mean, I would like to add one more point in this. I mean, jitra meri experience hai in terms of looking at the alumni network, if once you see benefit, and after a point, ये सब जो pull to bus चलता है ना, वो सब भी खत्म हो जाता है. When you see real value, who is bringing value to the table and what they're trying to do as a network, then people would not look at just doing politics, but they would look at how best we can add value to ourselves and also for the institution. That would be 2 cents to it.
भैया भाई भतीजावाद जो है हिंदुस्तान का गुरु मंत्र है, उसको शुरुआत कराओ.
नहीं देखो ऐसा है पीयूष, hello. See, I'll share my experience. 2007, I started to quit my job. I was in Custom Chennai. Then when Mr. Umesh Dhingra is already there, he's with us. Yeah, I wanted to leave the department very quickly. I thought that I'm missing a lot of opportunity and I should come out from the department. Because being in a department, I am wasting my time. So I should leave the department, explore my and test my entrepreneur spirit. Umesh Dhingra, he told me, first you see your pension is secured. Spend 20 years in the department. When your pension is there, I say take another 2 years to get a pension matured. So he told me, no, you wait till you get a pension, then only quit. But I was thinking 2 years is too long period for me to wait. So I'll miss so many opportunities. So with all, with a big heart, I thought, let me somehow complete. I joined MBA course in Loyal Institute of Business Administration to reskill myself, because I thought when I leave the bureaucratic structure, when I go to a corporate world, I have to learn their way of thinking, their way of doing things, or at least if I cannot imbibe, at least I should get some flavor of that. So, and as a transition period, because when you work with a bureaucratic mind, you have a different mindset. When you go as an entrepreneur, when you sit other side of the table, you require different mindset. So I thought it will require some time for me, and I took a chance. I got enrolled in Loyal Institute of Businessmen. That was the first batch of supply chain logistics, and I got, because being an IITian, they'll be slightly prejudiced to our being an IIT. They through our mobile interview, they inducted me in the course, and I completed my MBA from there. The second part, when the Umesh was talking the club part, me and Umesh, we used to live together only. Me, Umesh, and Sanjay Gadale. We all live in Chennai, and we have a very close network family. We have a get-together meeting. Then Piyush also, I mean, sometime from Hyderabad used to chip in. So when I went to that club, and I just talked, when I met first time Deepak Mirza, he's 75 pass out, I'm 87, but both are from Jwala. When I came out from the party, I told, today when I went to club, I was thinking as if I am sitting in Jwalamukhi hostel. He's so senior, but he's talking as he's just my senior in hostel. The environment which was there in the this Gandhinagar club in Adyar, it was like I was in hostel. So how he had discussed, when he asked me, when in next meeting I told him I want to quit the job. He told, what you will do if you leave the job? Anand Krishna was also there in that meeting, but I just talked to Deepak Mirza. I told him, I am a sarkari aadmi, how the government thinks sarkari aadmi sochta hai, sarkar se kaise kaun, I can do that one. But then okay. Then he told, you become consultant to my company. I'll pay you 15,000 rupees as a retainer fees. That time my take home salary was 27,000 before 6 pay commission. Only I was getting 27,000. He gave me 15,000 per month, and I told only 12,000. I'm short of my current salary. And when I visited with him to Delhi, he told me that your knowledge, seeing your knowledge, I should pay 1 lakh per month as a retainership to you. I told, I never asked you any money. You gave me 15,000 as a certificate. If you want to pay me 1 lakh, you can pay me 1 lakh also. But he gave me the confidence that my knowledge is worth of 1 lakh rupee per month. And with that confidence, and when I was, I completed my MBA, and I was, sorry, Kalpana, I'm taking time, but I'm telling how the alumni help us. So when I completed my MBA, and before I completed, I shifted my family in Gurgaon with no planning where the children get admission, what they will do. I just like that, I told them, let's go there. Because as I told in the beginning, I love uncertainty. I love challenges. That only kicks me. So I came here, and but the confidence of Deepak Mirza, and then that he told me that I pay 15,000. With that confidence, when I came after completing my MBA, one company came, and a very big company, it's called Seni. It's a Chinese company. That time they want to put a 2,000 crore worth of plant in the Pune. And I was telling her, I'm having booze with my friend. Today is dry day, so I'm at home, and I just yesterday night only I come from Chennai. Then they told, sir, Chinese CEO is also with us. We'll also bring one bottle, but I want to meet you. And after some time, he praised the bill, and then Deepak Mirza, then he told, who's there? I told, some client has come. Then he told, yeah, it's very good. You today only in a servant room, you open your consulting. Client has come. I'm going. I thought, no, yeah, we'll boost. Let him wait. No. He told, it's my bottle. He went away with his bottle, and I was there. Then I was a bit drunk, and I was discussing with the Chinese guy and others. I gave them some suggestions, some revenue intelligence case was there. Then they told me, what's your fees? Then Deepak Mirza told me that I am charging, worth of 1 lakh rupees per month. I asked them, give me 3 lakhs rupees. And after that, they had not turned up. Then I was repeating that I should at least ask 150,000 or some small amount. Of just such a big company. But that confidence and then they have not turned up. After a few months, the company person called me. and they told me that our CEO, the Caterpillar company, the guys, they come and they want you to discuss. And that time was Commonwealth was there. Commonwealth game preparation were there, and they are the mobile phone. No, you have to have a KYC. And I just like that. That day was 10 December. That is my birthday. So I thought they are calling. The person has called me to wish on my birthday. I was saying, "Arey yaar, how you remember this thing?" I was thinking, how did he know? It must be from Facebook. You find out my birthday. And he told me, "Sir, you come and meet me in Barakamba Road. That's my Caterpillar American company, and they wanted to start some activity here." And when I went there, the guy whom I asked 3 lakhs rupees is that same person. He was doing the Caterpillar company. And then that discussion, he has talked all things about me, which I never done in my life. But in a management, he was bluffing like me about me, that he has so person, he has helped me, he has that me, that. I was looking at his face, and I was like, without, I have not done anything which he has told to all his, his superiors, the CEO was sitting there and all that. Then suddenly they put some question to me. And that question also I was not knowing, but I know that somebody from Calcutta can answer this question, like phone a friend I called. And then my phone call coming, your phone is disconnected because you have not done the KYC. Then they asked me the question about the Europe is doing. But since I'm reading newspaper, I just told them story about how the Europe shipping agency is doing. And same time, I told them, see, rather than I tell how much I charge, I told them the transfer, like in this target price, the Japanese companies give the target price. Why don't you suggest me how much you will pay to me? Let me think whether I can deliver in that price or not. The meeting was ended, and then I thought, let me avoid these guys because now my phone was not how I contact my driver also. But so I thought I'll not go by staircase because they have 3-story building, 3 floors they were occupying. So I was going through lift, and the lift time, to my shocked eye, the CEO was also there. And they asked me again, okay, please come with us. I was avoiding, but they asked me to come. And when I joined, they asked me another question, what is happening in airport in Delhi? I thought everything's fine. I was not knowing there is a strike there. Then he told his senior manager, you are bluffing that there is nothing happening in Chennai, Delhi airport. And he's saying everything is there. And then then my phone was there. Then I just talked 1 rupee. Delhi, that time used to pay 1 rupee. Then I told my wife that so-and-so, I don't have, my phone is not working. You tell the taxi wala, the sir is standing. Then I came to home, and then I talked to the company person, and he told me, sir, you will take my job. You told that airport, there is a strike last 15 days in air cargo. Immediately I called on one of my colleagues in Delhi airport. I told, well, it's like a Kalidas. I have told them that this is that airport is working. He was in charge of EDI. He told, no problem, sir. I'll put the EDI system in place. All the clearance of Caterpillar, and the GHL was the client who was doing such a big company. We'll do it, sir. Then you come to airport. I went there, and he immediately pulled everybody. Let's work the EDI system. They restored the system, and those 15 bill of entry, they cleared it. And the guy, Caterpillar guy, was also with me. And then they offer him some cold drink. They got. Then they told, all shipment gives to this person. And how the global supply chain guru, the company which feed me today, born. I have no company, no employee. The confidence which gave me Deepak Mirza, he told me that you are worth of 1 lakh rupees. With that confidence, I asked 3 lakhs rupees. After 3 months, this guy, he switched to the new company. He contacted me. He gave me. Now I have no company, but job was with me. Then I, my company, tax company, Global Tax Guru. Then I opened Global Supply Chain. So before the company was formed, before I took the service tax number, I had a business of Caterpillar to be North India distribution, and they gave me from the DHL market. I got a confidence. People thought this guy has taken a business from the DHL, must be very big guy. He must be have a lot of strength. And then one guy was DHL manager. He was in Bangalore. He has kicked out from DHL. That day he also called me. Sir, I've been kicked out from DHL. I was airport manager in DHL and in Bangalore. Now I'm in Delhi. First, I could not recognize him. Then I told her, one problem, this type business has come. He told, don't worry, sir, I'll become your employee and we'll do it. Then he was searching, I was searching, but then I gave him 70% say to him, and 30% I told, you manage everything, I'll be in the front, everything in my name, and whatever the problem will come. So how the alumni, see, I am here, everything started, the strength of alumni. So what Abhijit tell you, when you discuss, you let us not talk about the all hi-fi funda, English, purpose, behind this. We should talk of as if we are in the KLS, we are kind of different hostel or the same hostel. We are sitting there discussing, gossiping with, and then the connectivity, that emotional content, because when you are in the informal setting, you will talk many things which we cannot talk in a formal setting. So even I was thinking last time when I was addressing our audience, I told all my juniors, seniors, my batchmates, those are seniors can drag me, they can put me difficult question. I'm happy to answer. Look, this is how the learning happens. Because unless and that we think that I'm a student. See, when I had to address my first talk after being a president, I talked to my son. He told, Papa, why you are nervous? You think you are in hostel. You are talking to your senior, junior in hostel. How you are talking? You talk the same way. You don't think that you are a president and you have to address the alumni. You talk as if you are in a hostel and how you are interacting. So that emotional connectivity, that will make us informal, and that will drive the whole thing. IITians don't need any gyan, funda. We are all are expert in our own field. We are qualified at a very tough exam, very competitive exam. We are leader in our own way. And when my first talk, which I gave, when I tell all IITs, we belong to different generation, different aspirations, different needs, but there are only two binding things among all generations of IIT Delhi. One is a leadership, and second is entrepreneurship. Whether you join a government servant, PSU, or private sector, you will always occupy a leadership position. Any IITians will try to occupy, will get a leadership position, or he'll be judged as a leader among the other groups. That's the one thing. And entrepreneur, whosoever, whether it's a join the government servant or a private, he wants to become an entrepreneur at some point of time. So that is our spirit we have. So with that, I'm end. Thanks for your passion and listening me. Sorry I extended, but since the Abhijit and Piyush, they told me that the Gyan, and I told let me share my personal experience. I am immensely benefited by IIT Delhi Alumni Network. Still I am benefiting. They are my family, which I fall back. Many places I've been.
Sir, I want to just understand. मैंने कहाँ ये बोला कि ज्ञान चाहिए?
No, I never told you. Which is not it. I tell IITians have a lot of gyan, lot of things. I'm not pinpoint you. I is a general remark.
No, sir, I will just intervene.
I'll just interrupt for a while because probably we will exceed the time frame otherwise. Okay. Now, I think if I may summarize this entire episode that Ravi interestingly described, there is net worth in network, and we have to leverage it. As much as I understand, I advocate the explicit agenda cannot be business, because that would look very shallow and it would look very superficial. But the network strength builds over a period of time. And I can give only one example from my personal experience of being president of IIM Ahmedabad Alumni Association for last 7-8 years now. I organize CEO meet, and we invite only 25 persons by invitation only. And my director and the dean, they specially come from Ahmedabad to Mumbai to attend this meeting. Believe you me, in that room, those 25 fellows would be moving at least 2 lakh to 3 lakh crore worth of economy. Now here is an opportunity for people to interact with some of the best brains, some of the most respected corporate leaders on a one-to-one basis. Now, having said this, it is not organized for the sake of any promotion, and that's something which I would rather advise, and I would probably recommend that let it be a byproduct of your networking, and let it be a byproduct of your camaraderie that you build with your fellow alumni. as Ravi said, it will automatically build, it will automatically evolve over a period of time. If you see a person after 15 years versus a person whom you have seen twice or thrice in a year, there is a difference in the perception. And therefore, alumni association activities are to bring people together, and that's a primary objective. By all means, everyone is looking for opportunities. A young guy will have jobs in mind, a businessman will have contracts in mind, a bureaucrat may have his own interest in networking. But having said this, these are all hidden objectives, and everyone comes with a intention. But the one which is there on the surface is to build that network, build that strength, leverage that strength, and who will leverage it how is entirely up to the local people, how strongly they have built a network, how nicely they have woven these linkages or relationships by which an individual does not feel hesitant or restricted in approaching anyone else. And that is something which will evolve over a period of time. It's not going to happen overnight. So I jokingly mentioned this, that we even receive requests for eligible grooms for the daughters of senior alumni. But not that he comes to my CXO meet only with that purpose in mind. So having said this, my interest would be to get going. Things will happen over a period of time by all means. I have no doubt. Chapter like Hyderabad, Bangalore, Chennai, with so many alumni and so many senior persons around, I do not see any reason why certain opportunities will not evolve out of that. In fact, startup ecosystem is something which we are very specifically focusing on, and then therefore every chapter we would love to create some such opportunity by which the youngsters get the inputs and elderly see an opportunity if they can mentor, if they can contribute in terms of investment, hand-holding. And I'll give only one last example again from my own experience as to what I have been doing in IIM Ahmedabad Alumni Association. 6 months back, we organized a healthcare conclave, one-day healthcare conclave for our special interest group, only people who are interested in healthcare space. And fortunately, we have almost 20-25 CEOs as part of our network. And we joined hands with TiE Mumbai. We had more than 350 footfalls. We invited 45 startups. They had exposure to all these people who came. There was a small contest, and we gave a prize money of 1 lakh rupee to the best startup. In fact, 2 of the persons who had walked in with socially impactful ideas, both the girls we rewarded with 10,000 rupees. And people who had attended, many of them they benefited by looking at ideas which they actually invested in subsequently. Now, when healthcare conclave was organized, of course, this was not part of agenda. Part of the agenda was to ensure that we create some meaningful interaction opportunity, become a think tank or a policy group which can advise, send recommendation to the government, and also share some knowledge and information amongst the community which is commonly interested in. Now, these are the kind of activities which we can create at every chapter. Bangalore can have some speciality, Hyderabad can have some other speciality. Ravi talked about fintech for Mumbai. Mumbai can do a lot of other things also. But similarly, exploring this strength which exists locally, and you want to build upon that strength, and that is where we will be very happy to support you. Be it speaker, be it associations, be it networking with external agencies, or probably even finances, raising sponsorship, etc., by which we make the event more impactful, and something which motivates alumni, local alumni to come together, join you, support you, and participate in the activities that you take forward. So I would be very happy if there is any other feedback, because probably another 10 minutes we will wind up. So anybody who wants to express himself, herself, please feel free.
Sir, I will just have a small suggestion. As a businessman, I only understand business occur in the old boys club. 80% of the business, है ना? You were able to invite 4 CEOs who were willing to listen to the startup ideas. So there is a feeder, है ना? The allied matter is a IIT Delhi. So they have to organize such type of events in different cities where people start seeing value in the local chapter. Okay. Now my friend Umesh, he started an e-commerce company late in 2008, one of the earliest starters. He had just struggled to get the fund, whereas the other people who were connected to the right venture capitalists were able to raise money. And his idea is far, far superior, and his product, like, it is just appreciable, which Ravinder can also say. So it is just a matter कि भैया मैं अपना सोना किस गली में बेचने जा रहा हूँ. आपने सत्यनारायण की कहानी सुनी है?
Yeah. So let me respond to that, Piyush, because I completely agree with you. It's a closed club and it's old boys club. Honestly, IIT Delhi alumni, I mean, if I may use this word, they are the Brahmins of this hierarchy. They capture more than 40% of the investment that takes place in the PVC space. So let me tell you, if we are not able to leverage our own strength, I think it's a misery that we are not able to do it. We have produced far many more unicorns than some of the Ivy League universities abroad. In fact, IIT Delhi is actually receiving 50 acres of land to create a special eco park and ecosystem for the startups. I am connected with CIIA of IIM Ahmedabad, which is probably considered to be one of the best incubation centers globally. Now, if we are not able to provide this kind of interlinkages and work for one another, I think it would be a misery. At the same time, if that is the only focus, probably you will lose interest in any other activity, and that will not take you far. Idea is to get going with everything. Something will appeal to some people, everything will not appeal to everyone. And that's where, if somebody is very strong and focused on this, can champion this. But somebody like Piyush said, he enjoys networking. I think he can focus on networking. So if you bring more people to your stable, then you will have more opportunities to hear, more opportunities to explore, and there are many people who will certainly jump into it thinking that it's a good opportunity. Now, this will evolve. It will not come upfront. My suggestion is that I'm very confident it will evolve, because probably we are one of the strongest. And if we put a couple of institutes together, which is what I have also recommended, that I'm willing to bring IIM Ahmedabad alumni network strength everywhere. But that could be phenomenal.
So, sir, let us start with the hand-holding process, where every chapter should be given some 10 or 12 VC, companies, and formally get introduced to them. So the youngsters or whosoever, there has to be a trigger. So let us trigger with this idea in this meeting, then let's see the outcome, whether people are turning up or they are not turning.
So let's keep this idea.
Sorry for the interruption. Actually, I just had a small suggestion that what I observed while connecting with the people, the problem is that majority of the people do not know who are the alumni which are in their locality or their surroundings. While the data is available with the IITDA on the web page also. So if I have to search, I can search with the area. Like I tried once, who are the people in Dhanbad, who are the people in Chakan. So what I suggest is that can we make a Google group or something like that for each chapter where all the members are sorted and connected to that group. So even if one mail shoots, it goes to everyone. And then the people can easily communicate. I mean, people can email about their topics, be it business, be it education, be it fun or anything. But at least the message will reach to the masses. Well, as of now, if I have to find, I know hardly 10 people who are IITD alumni in Dhanbad. But I know for sure that there are more than 100 who are in this region. and that data is already there. The only thing is somebody, we need either their email addresses or somebody from office needs to create the Google group, because rather than having WhatsApp group, Google groups are more meaningful in sending the messages. So if we can do something like that for each chapter, while and finding out and connecting all the members who are present, whether they are active or not, that may be beneficial.
Okay, Azaz, I think it would be a good idea. You can certainly write a small half-page note as to how you would like to take this forward. So I think in this group, we possibly listen to the feedback from local chapters. You can, of course, provide this technology or solution as an enabler, and we can certainly explore the possibility or feasibility of implementing it. So do write to me, or you can write to Ravi also, and we will see how best we can do this for all the chapters, if feasible. Yeah, anybody else?
One suggestion. This is a small group that we have formed, and in order to quickly and effectively, anchor our thoughts that we have formed today and to take it forward, can one of you take the lead in making a WhatsApp group so that we can connect with each other and take some quick decisions wherever it is required and move ahead?
Yeah, I think Dr. Krishnan, that is on. It will be formed once we have formalized the chapter representatives. We will have a WhatsApp group of all the chapter representatives. So we will be in a position to cross-pollinate ideas in terms of figuring out who is doing what is working in which chapter, and therefore is there anywhere some other chapter wants to do something similar, and therefore borrow from that understanding, expertise, or whatever network that they have developed. It can immediately be replicated. So it's a very good idea, and something which I will probably get into action after maybe 10-15 days. So we will have only 25, 30, 40, whatever number of volunteers who are there at various chapters, and there will be an exclusive group of these volunteers only. And you are free to exchange your ideas. Similarly, like what Ajaz said, it's something, if it is to appeal to larger number of chapters, we can always do that. And we will try to explore whether we can do it. This is a good idea. Yeah, anybody else? Dr. Poonam, are you still there?
Yeah, I think someone pointed out that first of all we should know who all are there from IIT Delhi, within that area or region or a particular state. So focusing on Hyderabad, we should know who all are there from IIT Delhi. So we can make a pool of people, who again, at the next level they can have and bring in their own network, into the picture. And then we can have bigger, network space, and thereby we can collaborate with education, healthcare, and other industries and enterprise. So, that's how we can, go on and make things moving ahead. So we need to have a group of people who belong to this association and organization, and then, move forward with greater ideas and exchange ideas.
Very, very fair point. And I think we need to form a formal IIT Delhi Alumni Association Hyderabad chapter group, where we have the bona fide alumni as members, and that is something which we can then share with the Hyderabad chapter as to who are the alumni you should look forward to in terms of networking, etc. And over a period of time, of course, you also will be able to build a database, because once you start having your activities and people start participating, you will know, as I think Umesh and Piyush both mentioned earlier, engaging young alumni is of course always a challenge everywhere in every association also. And therefore, good part of the alumni database is unknown to us. And I'm certainly curious to discuss the Chennai challenge for youngsters. I think it would be unfair to ask them for 1 lakh rupees to become member of the alumni association. I think that is not, it's a non-starter as much as I see it. So we'll have to see how best we can overcome that. Otherwise, the chapter activities will be completely prevented from going forward unless person doles out that money. And that's something which I personally feel would be very difficult for others to comply with. So please think it over carefully, Umesh. Yeah.
See, that 1 lakh was asked to become member of the club, not alumni association. Now, because club was there and all activities used to take place in the club, so it was like understood as synonymous that if you have to be part of the association, you have to, if you have to go to they meet at the club, and to go to the club, you have to pay 1 lakh rupee as a member.
I get it. Sorry. In fact, I interpreted it as a entry barrier, which is huge.
No.
And good that you clarified it, but I think we need to go out of our way to clarify it so that people do not associate this entry as an entry into IIT Delhi Alumni Association. I'm very happy you people are able to make a club. In Mumbai, we have been thinking about it for last 20 years, but IIM Ahmedabad has not been able to get even 100 square feet of space. So it's very good.
In that regard, I would like to appreciate the efforts of Deepak Birza, whom Ravi mentioned. There are people who can bring people together. So whenever we are choosing members, we have to choose members very carefully. It is, because there are less number of people participating, therefore, whosoever comes, kisi ko treasurer bana diya, kisi ko secretary bana diya, then nothing happens. Choice of people is very, very critical when you form an association. Everyone is not having time and the enthusiasm to do everything. So it has to be thought of carefully.
I just have one small suggestion because this club is of course a part of the activity of some alumni. I mean, probably you will have to detach it over a period of time so that that impression doesn't go forward, that because club is an independent entity altogether, and club can of course remain independent forever. And similarly, association activities, I will put it this way, club members are always welcome into association, but association members will have an entry barrier into the club, right?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
No, I mean, there was no barrier. Every alumni is invited. But when you feel, I feel people may be not coming for this reason also, that there are certain privileges which are there for members, and there are certain for other IITians who come there as a guest. So when you use the name IIT Alumni Association, there has to be fair chance for everyone, irrespective of the affordability of that person. I feel there should be some rules into the guidelines. Otherwise, they can name it something else. Mute. You're muted. You're muted.
Yeah, I completely agree with you.
Yeah.
And that's perfectly fine, and that's fair also. Yeah, great. I think we still have anybody else who wants to express any ideas, suggestions.
I want to see Ijaz's face. I've not seen him for a long time. If he are in a position to show.
Ijaz, you're in demand, huh?
Yes, sir. So definitely, actually, I've left from my office and reached my home. So
okay.
I just switched off my light and then let me switch on.
Good. He wanted to see your video on, so
yeah.
I met Ijaz more than 10 years ago in his office.
I see. And I thought Umesh knows some secret and he only is curious.
No. Some other time, otherwise maybe.
Hello, sir.
See, when you see someone after 10 years, it's a joy.
It's always nice to see young faces and people who show the energy on their face.
Yeah.
I think also like there was somebody also by my name in 86 or 87 batch, because people often ask me whether I am that Ijaz.
Now I think we have exhausted the time that for which we had booked this meeting. Please feel free to write to me if there's anything. By all means, you're welcome. You can call me up anytime. And my interest would be to structure it as quickly as possible. I mean, if there are only 3-4 volunteers, by all means internally we can structure it as to who will carry forward what responsibility, and then we can formalize it. So it becomes activity which has a certain structure behind it, and therefore centrally whatever support that needs to be given or that can be offered, we can try to work it out and work out the details which we can share with you. Ravi, would you like to say something? Hello, Ravi? Ravi, are you around? I think Ravi also probably.
No.
Hello.
No.
You can give your closing remarks.
No. So, I mean, that's a very good discussion, and a lot of idea people have shared, and we have just, it was like a brainstorming as a good beginning, and we have another 2 more rounds of other chapters. This time we are putting like a regional chapters. So we have different chapters. This is our second meeting, and we have 2 more round of other chapters, regional chapters. Then we'll make a comprehensive policy. As I told you, let those who are handling the chapter, let them make them policy. Then we'll do the fine tuning in Delhi. And my concluding remarks is only that let us work as a one cohesive group rather than having the chapter-wise activity. Let's have all IITDA activity should be mandatorily implemented by the chapters. Chapter will have to play a role in like how many people have casted the vote, how many people have active in our database. Like they should be, chapters should be seen as an extension of the IITDA. Like IITDA office sitting in our Nalanda house, and chapters should be like extension, ear and eyes of IITDA. Now he was talking the Piyush lot of thing about the startup. So now we are conducting the event. Already YCC event is there. Bangalore based company, the Skill Labor is our partner. We are searching, struggling to get even the VC and other thing. But I mean, very few alumni have even I suggest Umesh is told that he is. Piyush was also talking about this startup. We have already one initiative, Digital Public Health. If they can take initiative from Chennai and we can take it across the India, like that, we can start some. We can start something, and then we can build up upon or scale up later as the things. So this is my. I think it's a good discussion. I mean, we have heard also. We have understood their problem also. Even though I spent a lot of years in Chennai, but yes. With that, I end, and thanks to all who have taken the time and taken an initiative to take our alumni activity to a further level. Thanks to all participating, sharing.
Everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks for your time, and of course, we will continue to remain in touch. Thanks. All right. Bye. Bye, Umesh. Bye, Dr. Krishan. Bye, Piyush. Bye, Jaz. Dr. Poonam. Bye.
Okay.